out the sword, and I shall strike.
It is about time.
Okay,
Bark your orders already.
we're all out of cleric spells.
I wouldn't dream of
Interesting to note.
Calamshites, Temerians, Davians, they all make their way here eventually to Arm, they do.
Okay, now we can sell everything we have. Basically. And yeah, not worth much, but it does add up in the end. Don't really need a monster summoning too. And identify, definitely not. And chromatic orb, don't need that in scroll form. Short sword. A long sword +1 we're going to hang on to just in case we need a magical weapon or we come across someone who can use it. Right. More things to sell. Fire resistance will come in handy at some point because fire is probably the most common elemental damage in the game. It makes sense that the Mage Baldur would realise this, since he's faced a lot of fire already. Whoops. Actually making a decent amount of cash out of this. We're not going to hit the 2,000 mark, but should give us some drinking money at least. And Previsibility, a spell of that could come in handy. These will only be worth 1 gold piece anyway, because they only have 1 charge each. So it might be worth keeping them to recharge at some point in the future. But probably not going to happen still. Keeping them? Okay. Let's steal things now. Right, that's our trading done.
You look like the sort who has more.
So let's turn into Angersfield. And hopefully get something out of our rather cavalier investigative approach. Which was basically to accuse the guy based on 1 piece of circumstantial evidence, and then accuse him based on 2, which had him omit it. Truly master sleuth work there.
Oh, it's you again.
I found out who it is. It was the Tanner Ragik. Be nice if someone actually pronounced it out loud for us. Annoys me when people give their guys fantasy names and they're not told how to pronounce them. Tanner Leather on the scene. His home held other victims too. Our reward. Virtue is increased by 1, reputation by 1, 45,000 experience, 500 gold pieces, and Yoshimo leveled up. So let's level him up. Right. 2 hit points, all increased by 3, Thacker by 1. Has reduced. Right. Probably best to invest a bit in open locks, but I'm mostly concerned with getting him to hide in shadows with consistency. And let's also get him towards half decency in setting traps. Yeah, I think quite soon Yoshimo will be able to hide with ease, open any lock, and set traps when necessary. So he's going to be a very useful party member in short. Quite good stats actually, physically speaking. Very good stats actually. Never noticed that. Yeah, but I explain what the virtue is about. We're at reputation 11 average, but virtue 12 equable. And virtue reflects the party's inner perception of the leader. Reputation is the outer perception, so what news spreads of your endeavours is added to reputation. And also to virtue, I think. But what news would not spread is added to virtue. So nasty things done in the dark, which no one can report on apart from the party, your virtue would go down, because your party would have an opinion of you as an evil person. Whereas good things done in secret would make it go up without affecting reputation, because no one would know, besides the party. Yeah. It just makes it so you can be evil and have good publicity, as it were. Or be good, in fact, and have lousy publicity. Or any combination thereof. Whereas before, evil people quit the party because you were viewed too heroically. Damn you, foolish leader, for getting us discounts at every store we visit. I mean, it made no sense, so someone came along with the bright idea of having two separate kind of reputation meters, and I installed that mod. And that's why, because it makes no real sense not to. And this is where we heard,
Just name what you want.
Your chattering's starting to wear on me.
Hrothgar Firehammer. Sounds like a hail fellow.
Moradin's hammer.
Well, we were eyeing his grog, probably.
Hello, me good smiling friends.
Samuel Thunderbird.
I'm a beverage of every flavour available for your perusal at the Five Flagons. Yes, indeedy I do.
You have every type of drink available. I hardly believe that. Not much call for Termish beer. Alright, you piqued my interest. Let me look at what you have. Cherry brandy, Sembian mead, Peskin dark ale. Right. We're not going to turn in for the night quite yet, but we will. Ooh, we have 2,446 gold pieces. That was quite a reward that Igersfield gave us, 500. And we're going to drink some of it away. With some Salunian wine. That's sufficiently high class for the Beige Balladeer. And some Evermead to top it off. Very nice stuff. Shadow Thieves run the Dock District. Okay. I think that Corgan would demand bitter black ale. Enough to get him drunk at the very least. Which is a lot. It's too much. Slavery still going on. There we go. Minsk will be happy with just Golden Sands. No, the Order of the Most Radiant Heart. Indeed. That's what Animant told us about. I think he'd also have a Westgate wine. Vice Consul in charge because the council isn't in session. Well, Jahira would have a Westgate wine, I think. Just one. But Yoshimo would be happy with Golden Sands. Worst things to come out the Older and deeper tombs. Hopefully we won't be going into the one with the really deep tombs. Bell.
Hello there.
Pirate Hunter, eh? Interesting.
You must gather your party before.
So we're going to see this play. The evening or even midnight performance by this time.
Meet you.
Donate 5 gold for a ticket. Very well, well let me see this play of yours now. What sort of play is this? A most dramatic play. Oh, we like the sound of that. Well, certainly, here is your 5 gold. We always support the
Our
arts.
actions are
Of
good. We will
course.
serve the greater balance. It has been some time since I've been this far south.
Huh. Right. Memory service well, dead and gone. We do remember them. I don't remember Graham with sadness despite his end. Yeah, that's appropriate I think, because the Beige Balladeer is quite a shallow person. He doesn't really have much emotional depth at all. At least at this point. He's no reason to. He just, you know, rolls all the punches. Water off a duck's back for the most part. He just ducks and dives, tries to survive and get his ale, regardless of what happens to people he sort of, kind of cares about. He was a fine man despite his cautious nature. They both were. Rules are meant to be broken and all that. To know when the boundaries should be pushed. Okay. Yeah, we always like to support the arts. And that's what we're doing here, fritting away our money on drinks and plays.